Hi and welcome back. My name is Millie and this is my channel all about finding comfort in video games. In this particular series, I work on my Minecraft Forever world. I hope that you can play these videos in the background of getting your own work done, studying, or even sleeping. Either way, I am very grateful to have you here, and let's get started. So it is morning or evening, I'm not sure, but before we start, I do have to show you the new texture packs I got. Like I said, I'm always looking for new ones, and I just got a few more little cute ones just to tweak the world. There's also a really nice one that changes the cherry grove biome, specifically the wildflowers. It makes the flowers more 3D, and if I can remember, I will show you guys. But for now, I really do want to make some progress on the dock. If you didn't see last time, I laid down some stone and wood, but in my time away from the world, I think I want to change it a bit more. So first of all, I want the wall to be shorter. I think it's too tall because I would like to make sort of a walkway above this area where you can look down on the docks. And it's just too high up for now. And I was also thinking that because the steps are 3 blocks wide, when you come down the steps there's like 2 blocks of stone and then 1 of wood, and I think I just want it to be all wood with just a small sort of stone step under the alcoves of the beams. I don't know. I don't really know building language, but when I do it, you'll see what I mean. And I think this will be something that kind of becomes a trend, where I will make something that I think at the time is nice or is good enough, and then I'll sleep on it, take some time away, and then come back and probably destroy it and redo it. Because again, it's so much easier to think about the world when you're not in it and have all these grand plans, and then when you're in the world, you have to actually like build the stuff, and it's not as easy. And I'm thinking, I think it would actually be better to lift this area 1 block above the water, because right now it's sitting pretty flush to the water, and maybe having steps down to go into the individual. Again, I still don't know what they're called. Are they called like the piers? Maybe that is the dock part, the little docks where I have little boats. And for now, I am gonna just use the rowboats, but I would like to make sort of a ship later on. I really am so tempted sometimes to get really stuck down, hung up on the details of a build. So I'm already thinking now, like, well, how can I decorate? And I need to put some lights in, and we need to make sure the foliage is all really nice around. But I want to instead really try and get like the bare bones of the infrastructure down, and then work on decorating, because if I start decorating like this, I will inevitably change my mind about something and I'll have even more to take down. I think in this process I will definitely be losing some of the wood to the water, and I'm gonna try and collect most of it, but some of it's just gone too deep. It'd also be nice to have a reason for the villagers to come down here. So I think eventually I would like to add a sort of fishing hut. And to be honest, I mean, I made this as like the primary port for the town, and I'm gonna say town because I shouldn't be imagining I'm gonna make a city. Because, yeah, maybe it's a town that can then be built up into a city. And I guess actually being able to develop my world like that would give it its own lore and backstory. But yeah, having different jobs. And in a single village, I assume, just trying to plan out how to do this because this is very, yeah, if I make it one up here, and then maybe destroy some of the stone underneath so that it is on the water. But I assume that you can have villages that have multiple, like the same jobs. So there's like 2 blacksmiths, there's 2 fishermen. And I mean that's just good for trade, so no one has the monopoly. And that's really my main concern, definitely not about how having more people makes the city look, oh sorry, the town look fuller. Just gonna place the bricks down here, because I think that would make sense to have bricks as like actual sort of cobblestones. I know bricks are not cobblestones, but you know what I mean, like they're less organic than the kind of regular stone in the wall. And part of me wants to cover up this, the way the water's moving here, so maybe like fill out the water completely. But I also think that the sound of the rushing water will be like a nice addition actually to the area. Yeah, I think I like that better. And if I can make some posts directly in the middle of these arches. Okay, I need to make some support for this. Hopefully I can keep it lined up. The decrease in mining ability, or mining, I guess I'm just using mining for all sort of destroying, even if it's chopping down a tree. But the debuff underwater is pretty crazy. It's a lot. I do really like this space. I think it's nice to not have to terraform everything and to kind of build with the space that I naturally have. Then also, I need to consider how far inland this area is, because I think this will be the main dock for the town, but closer to the sea. That would be nice to have as a beach area, or maybe even a... No, I can't have too many docks, right? Because that wouldn't make sense. Stuff like that is really interesting. I've never played like city skylines. Is that the game? Any kind of city planning game where you have to make sure like everything makes sense, so everything's like linked up to sewage systems and electricity grids and stuff like that. And I know obviously you don't have to do that for Minecraft. We don't have electricity in the same way, but it is interesting to think about how things work practically. And I know there's like been a big wave of videos, and I think that's so interesting. I love that stuff, because again, just like when I think about what it would be like to live in a game, I do think about what it's like to live there as someone who already does live there. And one of the games I play and have played since launch is Genshin Impact. I know it's controversial, I know that's people don't like gacha games, and I'm not saying it's perfect. Of course, there's many problems with it. Thankfully, I don't give them that much of my money, but it doesn't matter. That's beside the point. And part of me wanted to make an entire video on this, but I actually do think the game is like, it's difficult to say you love something because people think you love like every part of it. And I do have a lot of critiques of that game, even if I think it does some things so well. Like the music in that game is fantastic. The SFX is what I actually use for these videos. So I go into Genshin and I go to areas and I turn off the music and the voices, and I just record the environment because I think it's really nice, and the music is fantastic as well. But the world in that game, it's an open world game. It's one of the best open worlds I've ever experienced, and I might even say it's like the best because it's such a fantastic mix of genres, and it's fantasy but it's also quite modern, and yeah, all of this to say that it's something I often think about when I'm playing, is like, what is it like to live there? And I've found myself before, just for my own enjoyment, putting on some music and walking from like one town to another village and seeing like realistically what would be the path that I would take. And it's kind of like me driving around in like GTA. I'll drive like properly on the roads, and I'll pick a house and I'll just like, I'm LARPing in the games. So there's like a new area recently, and it's a port that connects to another port in like a bigger city. If you know the game, I'm talking about Dorman Port and then the little sort of port section of Mondstadt. And how does that work? Like, how do they get it? It seems super impractical to link these two ports, I've said that word so much, together, because the water that connects them is really thin, and it goes through like really tight corners, but it also doesn't have like a straight path for land sort of transportation of stuff. So I think it's really interesting. And there's like other people who cover. There's that one guy, you probably have watched at least one video from him, who does, yeah, like, how did the rivers in so and so game work? Like, how does the water system work and stuff like that is I do think is really interesting, because as much as I play games as an escape, at the same time I am also literally thinking about what my life would be like there. So I want to make sure that the water systems are functional. It's very important to me. And now I haven't decided what level I want this area to be on. So I've naturally made like the top of these beams, but then it does go up a few more blocks where the dirt naturally is, but I think I might end up flattening a lot of this. And we don't know the true scale of the town I'm working on, because even I haven't thought about that. But that's future me's problem. Yeah, it's already like quite high. Maybe I take out some of the trees, especially this one. I don't know how this one. There's always like one block of wood I forget to get rid of. And yeah, any like cool ideas that you guys have for the world, do let me know. I've already said that I want to make sort of landmark builds, so I want to have like house, moving castle, not the castle, the flower field, and I would like a lighthouse. And if I can make it look like the lighthouse from Stranger Things, Life is Strange. Is there a lighthouse in Stranger Things? That would be really cool. And then just general sort of city stuff, like I would like a clock tower, I want a big library. And I can't go a single video without mentioning Baldur's Gate. But I've mentioned before that Baldur's Gate is like one of my favorite cities, but realistically with like the textures we have in Minecraft, I don't think I can make houses that really represent that. And I think if I'm being honest, I want this town to have kind of a bit of a whimsical vibe. So, but I mean, a lot of the Minecraft stuff I watch is, girlies building like toadstool houses and fairy bottles and stuff like that. So I will be incorporating some of that because fairies are my favorite, and it's my world, so I'm gonna be doing that. Oh my gosh, this is already gonna be so annoying. I'm just doing what feels right, which I don't really know what that is until I just play around with some slab compositions. I think I like how it looks so far. And then eventually I'd like to remove a large portion of the stone that's underneath here. I wonder if I should move back some of the wall just to make the walkway a little bit more accessible. And I wish that you could sort of put certain fish or animals in the water and that they would stay. But I know that if I got some tropical fish, they probably wouldn't like to hang around. I also don't know if tropical fish can coexist with other fish, like salmon, but I don't think they're predators, or I think they're fine. It is interesting that you can put them in sort of any temperature water. They don't have to stay in the warm water biome. Yeah, even maybe not axolotls, because that wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, I think it would be nice if they could add a few more aquatic creatures. But then when you think about it, there are a lot already. There's like dolphins, turtles, squids, the glow squid. There's pufferfish, tropical fish, salmon, trout, axolotls, frogs are kind of aquatic. I'd like some frogs. But I don't know if frogs... Do the frogs go in the water? I think I've ever seen a frog in the water in Minecraft. I'm really enjoying the way the little flowers look on the grass. Because that is quite realistic. There's always sort of daisies dotted around. And in the last episode, I talked about how when I was a kid, like I used to sit on the grass and like pull the grass out, and I always used to see the little red bugs, and you don't really see those anymore. But it's not that they don't exist anymore, it's that I don't really sit on the grass as much. And it reminds me of, making daisy chains, which I always like to do. There's also loads of buttercups on the ground and clovers. I've never found a 4-leaf clover, but every time I see patches of clover, I do look for a 4-leaf one. No luck yet, but I don't think I'm very lucky in most areas of my life. But yeah, the buttercups, you would hold them up to someone's chin, and obviously because they're yellow, they would reflect back a yellow light. And we used to say, if it shows yellow, if you get that sort of yellow glow, that means you like butter. And I mean, stuff like that is really cute because obviously it's just a small little fun thing, but obviously it glows on everyone's skin. But yeah, there'd always be one person that says they don't like butter. And you know, not liking butter is fair. There's stuff like that I think a lot of us probably did. But to make a couple of the little lanterns, which I love the lanterns so much, but I feel like they take too much. It should just be like one little piece of iron, not like a whole bar. I guess it's like 8 pieces, but still. Oh, that's my horns. And as much as I would love to have a horn on me at all times, I'm in building mode now. I have to make the horn a little bit more like sacred, I can't just sound it off whenever I feel like it. Wait, that'd actually be another cool thing to add. Like a big tower with a chest that has the horns in them, and then like a brazier. Brazier? Is that how you say that? Like a big fire? Yes, this wall definitely does need to come down a little bit. I need to decide where to build the first pier or offshoot from this main area. Boardwalk. I don't know, there's so many words that I don't really know the correct one. Is that enough space? I kind of don't like how much that juts out. Maybe if I put it here. Let's see how it looks coming from here. How to put the stairs down. Yes, I need to. I don't know why this is so hard for me to figure out. I do think that 2 blocks feels very thin, but then 3 blocks feels like too wide. I wonder if... I don't know if I'm gonna keep that so it's the stairs are indented into the board. I don't know if I like that much. I think I'll just leave it for now, though. I'm not too sure what would look good on this this sort of area, but again, I'm not gonna think about that just yet. Because I think as much as it would make sense to have the fishing hut here, and it would also bring a villager into this area, I feel like I want the fishing hut to be sort of on its own island, like its entire like own wooden structure. I also don't know where is best for fishing, like just in general. Again, not everything has to make sense, but a little bit of realism is okay in my fairyland, I guess. And I'm gonna do a little wooden one of the logs. That way I can put a lamp on top. Left or right? Let's try right. Maybe at least one down. I know technically we should go all the way to the ground, but I don't have enough spruce right now, so I won't be doing that. But later I can make it more realistic. And I always forget to breathe. I think it's okay. Do one more in the corner if I can line it up correctly. Just gonna clean up these walls. I suppose again eventually I should probably have no dirt showing and just have it all be stone. But I have not decided on the height, obviously, so I'm not too sure what to do with that yet. This is a bit of a jump cut, but I wanted to farm some more spruce trees, which I have done, and I then forgot to start recording when I when I carried on building. So you can see the progress I've made on the second sort of dock part of the dock. I don't know. Again, I don't know the words. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I'm not thinking too much about whether ships have enough room. I'm sure there is, code on how functional docks should work, but I'm just going off of visuals and loose. This kind of makes sense. But something I forgot to mention is that it's now June. It's a new month. So happy June, happy Pride. This is going to be a good month. I guess this is also technically summer. Summer's here now. Even though I feel like where I am, it's been getting kind of colder again, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm not the type of person that is always, asking for the sun. But yeah, especially because it's Pride Month. I hope that it's filled with many sunny, happy days. And this is going to be the third pier thing, and I think that's probably enough. I don't want to make it too crowded. I'm not sure what else docks have. I have, in preparation for making this, I've gone into other games. So I went into Baldur's Gate. Oh my god, it was... Everyone's so tired of me mentioning Baldur's Gate. And I took some screenshots of the city docks area. And I also went to, of course, Genshin. I took some pictures there. And I think those are the only games I have installed right now. I'm always fighting for PC storage, so I don't have any others that I'm referencing. Oh, and it started to rain. I always look on Pinterest for builds, and I keep on getting Dragon Quest builders recommendations, because in the smaller picture I'm like, oh wow, that looks like an amazing Minecraft city, and it says Dragon Quest. But I never know that game. I obviously know Dragon Quest, but I didn't know there was a whole building game. That looks nice. Put down a few boats for visuals and also just for practicality, because I would probably like to go in one again. Which I'm thinking already, I know I haven't finished the structure of this place, but I would like to gather some sort of foliage, maybe some vines, lily pads, some kelp to grow. Maybe I could do some underwater sort of terraforming. Again, there's so much I can do. And I'm just going to work on the gradients of the wall here. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not trying to make this look incredible, but just adding some I don't know, definition. And I think it would be nice to have, oops, like one of these arches, one of these sort of alcoves, to be a little room. Maybe it could be like a ship repair place. But for now, I probably would just use it for storage. So I'm gonna decide on which arch to build that in. Okay, I like how this is coming together. Maybe some proper lampposts could be good. I'll need to look up some good designs. And I suppose I should probably cut down basically this entire forest and then try and make the land pretty flat and then think about trees after I've done planning for houses. Make some trapdoors for decoration. Maybe something like this. See how that looks. I guess it kind of looks a bit odd being on the front. Maybe look better on the sides. That way it would kind of make a natural like height decrease from the stairs to the log. Maybe flow a bit better. Okay, I think I like that more. And then we can do some buttons. Oh, I already have too much stuff. This is why I need to make a little storage room. Yeah, okay, I think I like that. Do I want it here or further down? I'm thinking more here. This is a little bit of a walk to get to. Oh, that is really unfortunate. I I'll have to make another axe. I definitely do need to make another pickaxe. As much as it would be very me to kind of brute force just using my fist, when I have all the resources, I should just make another pickaxe. And yeah, I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do with this area. Gonna give it some thought. Yeah, I like this, but yeah, it's still missing something. Definitely needs some kind of greenery. I know it's surrounded by green, but it needs some whimsicality. Like, what about like a big tree? Again, I don't want to impede too much on the space that the ships would have, theoretically. And all of this needs to go. I did not mean to put that down because I cannot pick it up because of my lack of pickaxe. But yeah, this needs to be a lot deeper. Although, I wonder if I could make like a sort of barrier that means if I put any aquatic life in, they would have to stay in the pool. But I think that would be difficult to do without putting it above the water. Okay, so I'm thinking just in the corner here, we build a tree. And it would be nice if I could put lights in the tree as well. Sort of like a just add a little bit more like magic to the port. And we need so many fireflies too. It's like POV, you're arriving in the port. I think there is room for a tree. And I thought it would be easier to kind of build in the boat, but I don't think it is. I just hate the bobbing up and down. We just park this up. Really good at this. Nice. Smooth. Yeah, that's solid. Oh, God, the lightning. That's really loud. Oh my, it's so loud. And I only realized this the other day that you can plant trees like this. Like, I thought trees had to be completely isolated. Like, I thought they had to have 3 blocks around them completely. I didn't realize. It sounds like a plane's going over. Oh my! Like something exploded. I think I might switch off these. What? There's like a bomb going off. I think I'm gonna switch these mods off. I think the rain's nice, but yeah, the storms. Storms are not great. Need to get a bit more bone meal. And yeah, like a big kind of chunky tree. And I know the best trees are custom, but I would like a base that's at least. Oh my gosh. Very stormy. A base that's at least somewhat chunky to start with. Okay, hopefully the storm should be over now. We have a lovely rainbow. Again, happy Pride. Nothing like a few broken toes to start your day. Okay, this has been here for a suspiciously long time. I don't know why the leaves aren't going away. You know, I really like it. I don't know what to do about that hole in the corner, because I did originally think that would be a cool kind of, yeah, auto storage space, but I don't know if we need another one. And even though I was just in my house, and I could have made a pickaxe, I forgot. So we're just gonna make a stone one. And I think I do like the way this tree is situated, but I would like it a little bit taller. So I'm going to take it down and then put some dirt higher up and then try and grow them with that extra space, and then delete the dirt and put down some logs. And then I guess I have to wait for the leaves to despawn because it probably will affect how the trees grow. And maybe it would even stop them growing in the first place because it would stop the light from reaching them. But now, as I'm thinking about this, I think I'm just going to build the tree as it is, but eventually, maybe I could replace it with, say, a mangrove, or even a dark oak, or even spruce, because I know those can grow quite tall. But the problem is if it grows not in the way I want it to, so like the big tall one with 4 saplings, and then that kind of like big blob of leaves on the end, I would have to redo that. But even dark oak could work. So you find me now in my house. Okay, so I'm just going to be smelting some copper bars because I thought it would be nice to have some chains between the wooden posts I have on the dock. Because you often see that in kind of docks. How many times have I said dock in this video? Probably too much. But yeah, like copper chains linking, just like a small barrier for safety. I'd like to see how those would look. The fire sounds really nice, actually. This texture pack is very, very nice. And people have asked me for the texture pack mod list that I use. And for mods, it's just the shaders I have. So the shaders are always in the description. And in the first couple of videos I did, I was using complementary Unbound. And you can tell because the clouds are more real cloud-like. But in these videos, like this one and the ones I put out more recently, the clouds are square, and this is complementary Reimagined. And other people have said to try out different shaders, but I honestly just really like these. So that's like the only mod I have, because I have sodium and iris and sodium for these shaders. And I have the essentials mod for multiplayer with my friends. But that's it in terms of like actual game changing stuff, just because I want to be able to play on like the most recent patch. And then my texture pack list is pretty extensive now, and yeah, I need to figure out how to format it to like release it, because I don't want to add it to the description every time because I think that'd be way too long. So yeah, maybe I make some kind of link on my card, or even I mean, people have said to like make a Patreon, but I know that's such a thing that people, like all the creators, make a Patreon, and I never wanted to do that until I had something to offer, and I would never lock my mod list behind a paywall. Why is that growing so short? Do oak trees have a limit on how tall they can be? Because that's really short. That's disappointing. I guess for now I'll just leave it. But yeah, I would never want to like price someone out, so it would have to be something like extra that less people would be interested in, but I haven't decided what I want that to be yet. So yeah, I will work on making a list for the mods. But you can always see them whenever I open the, like even at the start of this video, I had the list open. So I know it doesn't tell you the full, like, where I got them from and the full name, but you can kind of use that as a way to search them if you want them straight away. But yeah, I'm sorry, because I really I think a lot of mods and stuff is also how you layer them. So I have like my new one, the cherry blossom, which I still need to show you guys the cherry blossom biome. It raises the flowers, but I'm not the biggest fan of the leaf texture in that pack. And I don't want to edit someone else's pack. I don't want to go in and like I don't even know how you can do that, so I'm not even gonna try. But I've ordered it so that I have a different leaf pack higher than that, and I found that you can layer or order the resource packs so that you can get parts of it. So I can get the 3D flowers, but still have the leaf color that I want. So yeah, I guess that would people might want to know that. And now I'm just gonna add some texture to the tree. Try to make it a little bit fluffier, larger. I think without branches this will be really hard to do. It'll probably just look like the big blob that I was mentioning earlier. But maybe not. You know, maybe it looks okay. Oh no, I need to destroy more trees. I'm gonna take some from a tree that's not too like close to the dock, just because I don't want to have it completely barren until I figure out what I'm doing with the space. So we're gonna cut down fell. Is that the right word? We're gonna fell trees responsibly. I did not mean to do that. And then, okay, what about some highlights? You may think this is unnatural. I shouldn't be using different species of trees' leaves on another tree, but you know, like when the sun hits it. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe it looks really bad, but just trying to be creative. And if the track that's playing right now is the one I think it is, I really like this song. It is this one. Okay, it's not quite what I had imagined, but I think it's still cute. And then what if I put another tree on top of the tree just for some more height? And this might be a really bad idea, but it's still interesting to see. Oh, there's something so nice about this little area I've made. This song playing and the sun setting. Okay, what have I created? That is not that's not what I thought it would be. Might have to take that down. But yeah, that's a job for another day, I think. Well, I think it's nice. I don't know if I love the chains though. I know I just made those, but I kind of like it being a bit more open. And that's lovely. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this looks so far. And I think next time I will go and try and get some foliage. I'm thinking we go back to the swamp to get some vines and some lily pads, because that's actually another one of the mods I have. A really nice lily pad mod. And now I'm thinking about it, I think I might just make a video talking about all the mods that I use. Because I watch those all the time, people sort of recommending texture packs. And yeah, maybe I'll just do that. That could be nice, because I'm always like, it's I love making these videos, don't get me wrong, it's like so relaxing for me as well to just make some little progress for myself. It feels very satisfactory. It's also just calming. I love Minecraft, but being able to put something out as well that's a little bit different. Because I don't want to be to put myself in one box too much. So yeah, we can talk about the cute texture packs I use. That could be nice. But I suppose for now that this has been some good progress. Done some decorating, some deforestation, some building. And yeah, I'm very happy with how things are going. But yeah, I don't really have a question for today. I guess if you have any ideas on little things that you like to add to your worlds, do let me know. Also, destroy the chains here. Oh no, I need to have like a ladder or something. Just admiring my work. But yeah, I hope this was relaxing for you too. I'm gonna probably go to bed now too. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.